This is part one of a part two recording. We're going to be learning the Mishnah and two parts of the Gemara on Chas Amud Beis 8b. The Mishnah begins, Ha'av gola al yedei ben. If a father accidentally kills his son, he is gola, he goes to the Ir Miklat. V'ben gola al yedei ha'av. And similarly, if a son accidentally kills his father, he goes to Golas as well. Hakol goyin al yedei Yisrael. All Jews are exiled for accidentally killing another Jew. V'Yisrael goin al yedeihin. And similarly, a Jew is exiled to the Ir Miklat if he kills any other Jew. Chutz mi ger toshav. The Mishnah says this excludes a ger toshav. We mentioned in detail in Shir that a ger toshav is a non-Jew. However, he is a non-Jew who has officially accepted upon himself the Shiva Mitzvos V'nei Noach in front of a Beis Din. He's accepted upon himself to basically follow the laws of the Jewish land. And we see him sort of as a high-level non-Jew in the sense that we give him certain protections and certain legal rights. And therefore, however, he's not included in the Ir Miklat when it comes to a Jew. However, we did say that if a Jew kills a ger toshav, he probably still has to go to Ir Miklat. The ger toshav eino gola, hala al yedei ger toshav. But if a ger toshav kills a Jew, he does not get to go to Ir Miklat. A ger toshav only goes to Ir Miklat for killing a fellow ger toshav. That is the Mishnah. Again, just giving us a list of people that go to the Ir Miklat. The Gemara now begins. Ha'av gola al yedei ben. The Gemara asks, is it so that a father is gola, it goes to the Ir Miklat for killing his son by accident? V'ha'amara amras, but didn't we say earlier, yatza ha'av makas bino, we exclude the case of a father who hits his son. This was with Abba Shaul. We explained that a father hits his son to teach him a lesson, to be mechanech him. If his son dies from that being hit, because the father is doing the mitzvah of teaching and raising his son, the father is totally patur, he's off the hook, he does not have to go to the Ir Miklat. So why now are we saying that the father does go to the Ir Miklat? So the Gemara continues, the Gamir. Perhaps we're talking about a case where the son could have learned his lesson without being hit, and therefore it was not a mitzvah to hit his son. And the Gemara continues, Va'amris, but didn't we also say there, Afal Gav, the Gamir, mitzvah ka'avid. Even if he is learning his lesson, even without being hit, mitzvah kavod, the father's still doing a mitzvah by hitting his son. We mentioned that he sort of learns a better lesson that way. So the Gemara still does not know what's the case of shogeg with a father killing his son that he goes to Ir Miklat. The Gemara suggests b'shulia din negari. Maybe it's talking about a case where the father was teaching him the apprenticeship of being a carpenter. He was teaching him how to be a carpenter. They were in the wood shop, and while they were in the wood shop, the son was accidentally killed. Maybe that's the case of shogeg, where father goes to the Ir Miklat. The Gemara rejects this. Shulia de negare chiyusahi. But teaching your son a trade, in this case, teaching your son how to be a blacksmith, is chiyusahi. It's part of his livelihood. It's part of his parnasa, how he'll support his family. Therefore, it is a mitzvah to teach your son a trade. So therefore, if a father were to kill his son by accident while teaching him a trade, he's also doing a mitzvah here as well, and he would be patur, he would not go to the Ir Miklat. So that does not help us. Now we mentioned over here in Rashi, just going to scroll down for a second, you don't have to know it inside, but we did say that the obligation for a father to teach his son a trade is also shehu chayuso leisha, kshem she'aviv chayav lehasio leisha, kach chayav lelamdo umnus. The father has an obligation for his son, just like his father has an obligation to marry off his son. Part of that obligation also seems to be, Rashi tells us, to teach him a trade so that he can support his wife and his family. Going back to the Gemara now says, Delamdei de gamir umnusach riti. The case must be where the son already knows one trade, he already has a profession, and now he is being taught a second one. Once you're being taught a second one, there is no mitzvah on the father's behalf, and therefore, should the father kill the son by accident while teaching him a second profession, he would go to galus.